Now, when I knew it was really assassination, because if you cannot get the killers of one man and you're coming to say you're calling me for questioning, I cannot trust you. I can't trust you.
No, did they actually hint at you on some of the questions?
No, they didn't hint me on any questions. They just said they just want to see me in the office. They have some questions to ask me. That's what they told me. They said they are from SPI. Another thing again that made me not to go was because I could not ascertain the veracity of that claim. I could not tell myself whether these people were real or they were fake. There was no way to make such verification. And if Kaduna was not even secure for you to feel free to move.
And they gave you a particular address?
Yeah, they said I should come to around Agabasawa side or what is it. So I just felt I was not going anywhere. I just ignored it. Okay. Now what happened was that the following day, they have started tracking me. So I didn't know. Somehow when they called me that previous day, I didn't know how they did it. But it's like they hacked into my calls, my conversations, my prior conversations, my chats, just anything you can think of that I may have said in the past. They had it. So when Elrufa'I said they were tapping into the calls of the NSA, this came to my head quickly. How did they get all my chats? And all my...
When you connect the two, you'll find out that quickly. They have been expert in all this.
Exactly. And another very vital information was the fact that my Facebook account, where I was writing Kaduna will be great again, from 2015 to 2018, when they made that attempt on my life, has been hacked.
Okay.
Before the attempt on my life. So if I were to be killed that period, everything about me, my relics, would have all been wiped out. Because they took over that Facebook. It was no longer under my control. It was under their control. So I had to open another Facebook account 2018. Around July. After they hacked my Facebook account in June. So what I'm trying to make you understand is that for Elrufa'I to say they were tapping the NSA, it took my mind back to when my Facebook account was hacked and when my calls were intercepted and some of my conversation recorded. How did I know that these conversations were intercepted and recorded? I had a girlfriend then. Very loyal girl. Very, very loyal. They went to her because they also got my contacts. From just that one call they had with me. The device they used is not an ordinary device. And I'm sure that Elrufa'I, maybe after leaving government, he may have gone with that device.
Of course.
He may not have left it because he had access to buy this thing as a governor from foreign country. So for him to even allege that the NSA got thallium sulfate of 10 kg from Poland now took my mind far back to that time. And I now began to put two and two together to be coming with this four. These are just speculations on the side. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Now, why am I making this speculation? If he could import, or if you could think the NSA could import thallium sulfate, the NSA being an individual, what was to stop him as a governor? What was to stop him from importing certain gadgets that are highly sensitive security gadgets?
Looking at what actually happened to you, connect it with the NSA. Then there are tendencies they could have wiretaped
exactly
the NSA's conversation.
Now let me even tell you why
what they did to you.
Yes, let me even tell you why I believe that they could have hacked the NSA conversation. It's possible. If the NSA is not aware or was not aware of what devices they had at their disposal. Because I'm sure that's not just ordinary. There are certain devices they already have. And if they don't check them and take those devices away from them, I don't think anybody is safe. Nobody cannot be hacked.
And if really that is true, they wiretap the NSA's conversation. That simply means they are aware of Tinubu's conversation, like they can actually trace anybody.
Of course. Now let me take you there. How did I know that they had access to my conversations? My girlfriend, I said she was loyal to me.
Yeah,
very loyal. She told me that they approached her. Those coming to assassinate me, they approached her and told her to assist them get me. And in order to convince her, they showed us certain conversation I was holding with certain other ladies.
in order to capture emotional blackmail.
Exactly. One of the conversations they showed there was a conversation I was having with a doctor back then, talking about marriage. And I want to marry the doctor. I wanted to marry the doctor. So they showed her that conversation as a way of getting her to rebel against me and assist them in getting me. But as fate will have it, when somebody is loyal, they don't sell you out.
Oh my God.
They don't sell you out. So she didn't sell me out. She didn't. Even with that emotional
blackmail.
Yes. She still did not break. But that's by the way. Now, what I'm trying to see, that was where I got to know that these guys are in possession of some highly
sensitive,
sophisticated devices
that
they could use to track and what have you and the rest of
anybody.
So I wouldn't know the extent of what their devices are capable of doing. So when I heard that wiretapping of the NSA, I recalled what happened.
And sometimes you just wonder, these people have all these devices. Why are they not using this device to track all these bandits in the bush? But this country, oh my God, may God just help us.
For me, I would say that they are using it for their own personal needs, not for the public good.
Not for the public.
So when they were procuring them, they might tell the country of procurement that, look, we are buying these things for the public safety of our people. But when they return back home, they are going to
use it for their personal
need. All right, but then moving forward, this tracking took place on 29th. In fact, I just missed them by the whiskers. They were in my office. They were to take me out, but I have by a superior power anyway. They could not get me in the office. Superior power. You understand?
I understand.
So, and somehow they started calling me, trying to tell me, hey, why don't you, what, just come, we just want to have a conversation with you. I told them, don't worry, I'll come. Don't worry, I'm coming. In fact, I told them to go help themselves to some things in one restaurant that was close by.
You're coming to meet them.
There. I told them that. I wouldn't know whether they adhered to that call or not, but I knew that these guys were not coming to have a conversation with me. They were coming to put bullets in my body. So, but a superior power intervened, and somehow I went on the ground.
Oh my God.
The following day, I left town and stayed on the ground. So, when I noticed that I could not keep...
How long did you stay on the ground?
I stayed on the ground for like 6 months, or getting to 8 months. Then I now decided, no, I'm tired of this on the ground movement. Because it is at a great personal cost. Staying on the ground was at a great personal cost.
Oh my God.
So I had to do something about it. And somehow, one very good Samaritan from southern Kaduna, a man I hold to very high esteem. Yes. A respected a man from southern Kaduna. This man has all the qualities of even becoming the governor of the state, but unfortunately, because of the way the state is being designed, or the way Nigeria is being programmed under the so-called northern oligarchy, they will not allow people with the right qualification to take over,
possess the right position.
Exactly. So this man somehow, with all the resources that he has, when I say resources, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about capacity. As a human being, he has not been allowed to use these things for the upliftment of the state and the country at large. So this man came in, and by his help, I was able to sue the Kaduna state government.
Hey, but you were you having facts?
Yeah, I'm coming.
The state government were after you.
There was no fact. There was, because these things were to be done quietly. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So of course I sued them. When they got to court, they denied that they were not after me, and they threw my case off the window. The Ministry of Justice, Kaduna State, put it on their Twitter handle that Judge MAKERI took the Kaduna State government to court, and the case had no merit and was thrown out of the window. I was not expecting anything different anyway, but it was my own way of letting the world know that these guys are coming after.
They are coming after you. So anything that happened thereafter, they know that.
So I used that case.
Yes,
I used that case to tell the world a part of my story. I don't know whether you get it.
I get.
Even though I know, because like I told you from the beginning of this conversation, that Elrufa'I has or had what he needed to cover his tracks. No matter what crime he was perpetrating, he knew how to cover them. Do you understand?
Very smart.
Yeah, so that knowledge alone will make it very difficult for you to make a case against him. So, and that's why I was telling you when I heard EFCC saying that they had nothing on him, or maybe ICPC nothing on him.
Okay, that's what EFCC
No,
said.
no, that's not what EFCC said, but that's what Elrufa'I's stooges have been saying. So, if you consider what they have been saying, of course, and if it were to be true, of course, you will understand why.
But thank God, he uses his mouth to actually
To rope himself. Yes, and that's the catch. You know, sometimes karma has its own way. This is karma at work.
Yeah.
Because Elrufa'I took pleasure in causing immense pains to people. Through, even when people are dying, Elrufa'I somehow, let me tell you something about Elrufa'I from my own standpoint, from my study, from my personal observation. Elrufa'I is more like a combination of a sociopath and a psychopath.
Oh my God.
Yes. So it's very easy for them to create all sort of atrocities and not feel it. A normal person will not enjoy what Elrufa'I was enjoying. He was the only person capable of doing that. That was why they gave him the assignment for Southern Kaduna. Because even among the Muslims, there are people who cannot do that.
Because they have conscience.
They have conscience, now you get it. So when they were looking for somebody who could do it, because they needed to break Southern Kaduna back, and they needed somebody without conscience to do it, so they looked for a sociopath. Elrufa'I fits the bill. They took him. He made this confession one day during an interview when he said Buhari said that he had an assignment in Kaduna and he pushed him to Kaduna. What is the assignment? To come and break the back of the people, Southern Kaduna people. So we're all aware of this. He himself confessed this. But we will make speculation based on this. If you tell us that Buhari told you had an assignment in Kaduna, and the only assignment we saw that you have achieved in Kaduna is killing people, displacing them, dispossessing them of their inheritance. And what are some of these dispossession of inheritance? Look at it now. When you now rid people of their indigenous chieftains, these chieftaincy were given to these people based on the popular demand. In a democracy, the majority should have their way and the minority should have their say. You come into a Christian majority community and made the majority to have their say, while the minority now have
their way. Just imagine.
So that's what he was doing in the Christian majority community of Southern Kaduna. And if you now tell me that you were sent to Kaduna for an assignment, this is the assignment, of course.
Obviously.
And I'm telling you that some other Muslims will not be able to do this. They are not sociopaths. They are not psychopaths. Psychopaths are calculative. Elrufa'I is calculative in his lack of conscience. That's why I said I call him both sociopath and psychopath.
Yesterday I saw blood on his nose that is bleeding. I don't know whether that is.
Let me say something there. From my personal knowledge of Elrufa'I, Elrufa'I is not having any nose bleeding. That allegation of nose bleeding was a ruse to garner public sympathy and pressure the Tinubu government to release him for treatment.
Tinubu cannot be pressured to release him.
But that's what they want to use that nose bleeding to achieve. Are you getting me?
I get.
What they are quickly forgetting is they are struggling to garner public sympathy for nose bleeding when they have made nose bleeding to be a very ordinary thing for a normal Nigerian that is used to seeing people's heads severed from their body. A normal Nigerian who is used to seeing blood everywhere. A normal Nigerian who is used to seeing people being captured and flogged in the bush and treated as criminals. A normal Nigerian who is used to seeing mass burials. They have normalized blood.
So blood is nothing anymore.
It's nothing. So nose bleeding, in fact, you are enjoying.
Oh my God, that's true. Dude, take him to the bush and see what will happen.
So why are you trying to think that we are going to sympathize with you for nose bleeding when we are aware you have caused so many people's head to leave their necks?
All right. Our viewers, hold on. We have been together with comrades George MAKERI. We are coming back shortly.
Thank you for watching MDTV.